And we have sound. Hello, everyone. We are live another
Hey
week with the
guys,
streaming.
Hello everyone, welcome to a new stream of Transformers F-Wars.
Oh, yeah.
welcome everyone. Nice to have you.
Oh, so today we have end of Saga. So it's that kind of week where we talk about the event and many other news. But first, as usual, let's say hi to some people. I will start with Facebook. And some of our friends here, Naya Kanoje, hello to you. Amy Bal, hello to you. And I am not seeing more people at this moment here. Maybe it's too early for them to join.
Joining us on YouTube today, there is Deadpool, Erosan, Berry76, Buff Dudley, Yeftoa, Diego Cifuentes, Mistaken, Celestial Pram, and Sunstreaker Wizard is watching us from YouTube. And I think there is Righteous Transformers and Curtis Price.
And from Twitch, hello Sound Master Zero, the Godfather 8604, Darth Tyler, Dale, GT Fan Club, Toasted Roasted Peanuts, and God Galva. Hello guys.
Hello, everyone. So, what will be the theme today? Should we start with straight from the event?
I can show you the event if you like.
Yes, please. Yeah, I see some people. It's YouTube and also on Twitch. Double the flavor. Okay, Yanis, why you don't have the wallpaper?
I don't know. It's probably somewhere there.
Today is a bit chaotic. I have it reversed. It's the
There we go.
old school. So the Empty Fortress. It's a leaderboard event to get grapple and dirtbag. And it's kind of a special. You will notice it's saying Spring Festival, special leaderboard. We wanted to do something a bit special this time. And if we go to the tier rewards, just the normal rewards on the lineup. Yes. So you will see, well, these are the rank rewards, correct? So you would see that, as usual, rank 1 gets a lot of rewards. It gets the 4-star crystal, 5-star shards, empty fortress crystals that you may wonder if I have the 4-star, why do I want the event crystals? That's because they contain a lot of shards. And with shards you can unlock more bots or duplicates for power cores, power core XP and others. Premium shards, the same reason. Here a change, so the spark now is total spark crystals or chests, so it's actually way up on the usual amounts of spark, well aware the players need more spark to level up their bots, so this is one way to increase the rewards, and our ranks now have increased amounts of spark in the form of total spark crystals. Then we have the shards that we introduced already on the last leaderboard event, and the top 3 ranks, they will get also G-Metal, G1 core chips. So 3 for number 1, 2 for number 2, and 3 for number 1, 2 for number 2, and 1 for number 3. But that's not all, because it's a special. This time we'll have also over rank 5. So instead of ranks 1 to 5, 1 to 10 will get the 4-star crystal. So if you rank anywhere between rank 1 or rank 10, you will get your 4-star grapple or 4-star dirtbag guaranteed. It's something we want to try this time. We know it's also Asian holidays and some special times here, so we wanted to be a bit special this weekend with this increased amount of rewards that if you want the lineup, you can check it on the newsletter. And also from the normal event rewards, you can see we get the usual War for Cybertron skin chip, a lot of premium shards, a lot of spark, a lot of combat spark, a lot of 3-star shards, some gold chips, and then character shards. So actually, if you go to the top, you can unlock even a 3-star bot by using their shards. So at least you will get the taste and you will get some good bots to your collection. And that's the event. That's the empty fortress event, end of saga. Oh yeah, and beyond these ranks, we have the usual total spark crystal. So if you want to just push with your alliance or you are pushing for the first positions, you will get not only the super XP from the event, but also you will gradually unlock more total spark crystals. So overall, it's going to be a busy weekend for everyone, and it's totally worth of it in the name of rewards and a lot of chances to get 4-star grapple and dirtbag.
So let's see. It's the biggest change we've done in leaderboards in a while, and it is a temporary change. Hopefully, but depends on how. If it goes well, we can keep it, but we're not gonna promise that because it is a big risk for a lot of other reasons. But I'll be excited to see how it turns up.
Yeah, so yeah, it may be the only time, so make the best of it. But yeah, just enjoy the special leaderboard event.
Cool. And I guess we need to show the new bots because I don't think we didn't. Did you show them in the showroom last week? The 2 weeks ago when?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I did show them in the showroom. But maybe we can start by seeing them in the dialogues then instead.
Oh yes.
First.
That's unable. You cannot avoid that.
Do you have a preference this week?
I do not, but you can choose.
Okay. Hey, looks like reinforcements have arrived.
In the shape of more Decepticons.
What's going on?
It's a case of the enemy of my enemy is my friend Sixgun, and Devdorus is public enemy number 1 right now.
Chromia, figure you Autobots could use a hand.
Or a claw.
Thing is, Octone, we get our own reinforcement. Meet Grapple.
And my little combat bot, the construction crew. Flag Telaxodon Lionizer. Target those cons.
Hey, wait for me! Stripes wants in.
Grapple, you're a sight for sore optics. Let me guess, you're our special requisition from Cybertron.
Uh-huh. Hoist has a big plans, and I got the vision.
Right. Now you lot have arrived. You won't be needing us.
What? Leozak and the others, they're retreating into yet another tunnel. They're gone.
I don't get it. Looks, it leads in the opposite direction to the base. That means
The Saurus is defenseless leash. He's ours for the taking.
well then, let's go take that base apart a piece of a time.
Dun, dun, dun. Is at the end of Devzorus. You will probably know by reading the second bit of the dialogue. That's also available this week.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting how things are going. A lot of double playing there, like Leo Kaiser and the others. And we'll see how it ends.
Have you noted already some questions from our viewers?
I was trying to read the questions, but then I just couldn't focus on the dialogue, so I stopped.
That's true.
There is a question about what we get in Empty Fortress Crystal. That's the event crystal, and it has a chance to drop a 4-star, a 3-star, or 100 shards of grapple or Dirtbag, or some shards, 4-star, 3-star, or some premium shards. So it's like an extra chance to get, if you are lucky, to get your 4-star, or at least to get some shards and character shards also to accumulate more and unlock bots. What else? It's kind of a quiet day. I guess
It's okay. I think Dale is asking, I think that's Dale, and he's asking some questions. Actually, I thought it was a fan club for Dale, but I think that's Dale in the question. So, he's asking us if we will ever get a skip button. I guess that's for the dialogue. Maybe, I don't know.
We kind of answered that question last 2 weeks ago when Dale was asking us directly on the stream. So
it was
maybe
it was not a popular answer though.
No, I read that after that on Discord. Our answer was not really popular. So
well, I don't know. Like, I mean, I was thinking it too. Like, the problem, like, you don't want to make it easy to skip because then people gonna miss the story, and then there is no way you can see the story ever. So maybe for some people it's a bit choice, I guess. It would be nice if we had some way you could actually revisit the story later, but yeah, there's like no catch up. So if you put something and it's adversely someone can press it, then they can lose the story. And maybe for a lot of players who don't care, but some other players do enjoy the story, and we do enjoy. That's why we actually have Simon writing it. So yeah, for the time it's gonna stay, but I don't know. Maybe we can do something in the future.
I will counteract that question. Where are we getting the collection of dialogue so we can replay them?
Yeah.
Someday.
I don't even know how we would proceed that, because there's like so much dialogue, how to organize it and everything. I don't even know how we do this.
I mean, maybe, yeah, I guess you could maybe skip the bots one, and then maybe you can put that into its bots bio or something. Of course, that doesn't really help with the combat characters because they don't have a bio page. Yeah, I mean, there will be a change, and it's a big change, so it's not something easy to do. So at the moment, no news, but who knows in the future.
Nice.
Some people are asking about the 5-star community vote. The next part where we're gonna do that. I do think this will be happening soon, or at least that's what I ask for, things to get happened. So I think it's any moment. I don't know, like.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it 2 weeks ago. I mentioned it in a team meeting last week, so should be happening.
It should be happening. I think community was pretty busy doing some changes in Discord, in the Discord server, and some other things happening, so we can get more capacity in for replying for tickets. So probably didn't have time to set it up, but I hope they will be able to put this up soon.
People are saying that's the reason for that is that you're probably close to getting a 5-star. There was also some question about ability levels 11. We are working on it now. They are in playtests. We rolled another batch of playtests of ability level 11 right after the release of the last one. So it should come quicker than batch 2. There will probably be some info in a newsletter next week about which bots will get them, but we'll probably take another week working on them before the release.
Yeah, these things will happen more soon than I think the break between the first and the second bots. But of course, we're working on a lot of other things, so it will take time. There's some other things coming too soon, so give us a time. But of course, you're gonna get what you're asking for sure.
Yeah, so there is. There is another change that came out this week. Somebody is asking for it in the chat. It's about punch and counter punch. This is also something we wanted to do more often, but didn't get to do as often as we wanted to do. It's like looking at bots that like a bit underwhelming. So we had a look at punch and counter punch, which was not the player favorite to say the least. And there are some changes in the newsletter. I don't remember everything now, but I know the health has been increased by 23%. The ability hasn't changed that much. It's still like running around, throwing some grenades. But now the grenades do EMP against defenses, and they do hack all the bots. So that's a good change. And there is one last one, which I don't remember now. But yeah, so the bot is getting better. It's more resistant. The 23% of health additional. We've done that because it tends to just like run around in the front. So it needed a bit more resistance. So we were catering for that. So yeah, you can look forward to this. Or the rest of the info is in the newsletter.
Cool. And that explains the hype for punch and counter punch. Also, some people were asking, or apparently they are not showing in their personal rotation. If you are missing the 4-star punch or counter punch, it should be shown in your personal rotation. I don't know, they should be there. So I will do a check, make sure they are there. If you have missing many bots, it's possibly just hidden in the rotation. But if not, you should be seeing it shortly. Anyways, I will have a look today and see if it's missing.
Yeah, the last thing that was improved was the EMP duration every time one grenade hits a target, so it lasts for longer as well. You will, when we push the content, well, it was pushed already, right? You can already go and see the ability description. It will reflect the changes.
What else? There was a question on when are we implementing combat bots to be able to be unlocked with shards. You can actually unlock the 4-star version now. It's inside the collection in the Autobot and the Decepticon section of the shop, so you can use the shards for the 4-star.
I don't know if they mean the 2 stars or the 3 stars.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, yeah, we just need to put a space for that because the other ones, there's not enough store, but I mean, there is a missing course into the parkour lab that we could theoretically put it in there.
I saw a question. Wait. Yeah, so for going back to punch again, the EMP duration was increased for 7 to 10 seconds. I was just reminded by some Stricker was here.
Yeah, our Bunkel 237 is a new player and he's enjoying the game so much. And welcome to you to the stream.
Some questions about the fire drive and blowpipe effects, sound effects taken away. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, so there was some report that fire drive and blowpipe were doing some sort of an earthquake sound effect, and I've removed that one, so it's different. There is still a laser effect, as far as I remember, but if it's deafening silence that you're hearing now, I can have another look at it.
Some Stricker was I was asking, when is Computron coming? When are we getting Omega 5-star power? Can we have more base design slots and can we have more XP in events? So Computron and Omega Supreme 5-star power, we can see it soonish. It won't take very long, like not many months for that. For the XP in events, we started having some XP bundles in events as a reward, and yes, we'll repeat that and we'll have it more. It's a good reward for the individual tournaments and maybe add it into other tournaments. And for the base design and slots, I cannot say. Maybe Yanis.
It's something that everyone's asking. Yeah, like just takes time and just take somewhere to store this information and be able to resume it. So it's not really priority at the moment. Yeah, it would be nice to have, but there are technical issues for implementing it. So not something we can actually promise to do at the moment. But yeah, it's been asked, requested by a lot of people, but it's not really a top priority.
When are we going to open level 66 to 70 for bots?
Not for a while.
Yeah, no, it's not happening anytime
Like
soon.
this not gonna happen. Like I think at the moment, like we have a good difficulty balance now with the increase of the release of HQ 17.5 to the point now that yeah, if you are 65, maybe you have it a bit easier, but you are not gonna if we unlock it, then the top alliance are just gonna go and run to the top, and I don't want to have like level 70 bots because the content because that will require then some content to counter it. So I think 65 is good where it is now. It's a good place where a lot of people, if you start getting maximize your bots, you can actually start like investing on some other characters and then just level those. But I don't want people to rush ahead on level 70 because I will require like to buff the defense, and then it will be a big strain for everyone else to be able to stay in touch. So I think 65 is gonna stay like that for a while. There are improvements on offense and defense, but not a level increase at the moment.
When are we getting triple changer cores? We've talked about this on the stream multiple times. It's something we want to do, but I'll be honest with you right now, the next thing that's going to happen in terms of regular power cores will be another batch of G1 cores. They are currently in the work and in playtest. So right now I'm focusing on that. I'm not sure which type of power cores are going to come next, but there are also some new type of core we want to explore. But yeah, triple changer core is definitely something we want to do. Might not be as easy to do as the other ones, but yeah, it would be nice because there will be more triple changers coming as well. So they're becoming kind of like a separate class with a lot of members. So there's a good reason for them to have a power core.
Some players asking if we are getting to introduce more Beast Wars characters.
In correlation with the new Kingdom toy line.
Yeah. Oh, probably the likeness of that happening is pretty high, but nothing. We're not gonna announce anything right now, but you can probably definitely. I mean, Peace Corps have been working pretty well for us, but you can definitely will see some Peace Corps coming this year. But stay tuned to who that or how is that gonna be. But yeah, we do like Peace Corps too, and definitely gonna feature some of them.
Yeah, Blaze GKB has a good point there. Will establish price here on stream be increased? Single premium is weak compared to some Streaker Wodza and other YouTubers that they have these special rewards. And yeah, we should just pair that. I will after today's streams, I will look into that so we can send a similar chest than we do from the YouTubers.
Though, unfortunately, the trivia here is also someone answers it and everyone's scope is in behind. So, but I think definitely we can actually give it a little bit more. Like it's always fun with me when we actually give something which is like one premium crystal, which is really doesn't have a lot of value anymore. But yeah, it's definitely we can definitely improve it for sure.
Are we going to get more War for Cybertron skins?
Yes. When, I don't know, but I have to expand
yes.
on that, request some of the assets for the icons, and we still have, I mean, you haven't collected them all for sure, but we will expand it with the second season, was it, and the new characters that appear there.
I think we keep track on that. So, I mean, this is a good thing. We know it's not duplicate, so we can actually keep track of how many people we have and how close they are to actually get them all. So it's nice to introduce something before that happens.
So to answer Pahule's question about the MDS laser killing healers within seconds.
So as I spoke to people with our playtesters, if you have reports, please send them to us, because know it's not designed, but at the same time, it doesn't happen every time. So it's not something we can say like we can. I mean, I already have a look, but if it doesn't happen every time, it's not something we can actually action until we actually see what's happening. I got some videos, but the issue was not happening there again. There could have been an issue where I think a lot of the because of all the bounces, maybe there were like 5 bounces actually going into the healer at the same time because he usually stays on the back. So when it bounces, everyone was going to the end. So we can maybe have a look at how many bounces the MDS does between characters. But there was nothing actually on the things I had so far to allow us to dig in further. For sure. So if you have any report, please, if you have something or a battle that happened, you can send a report, some other issues, and we can definitely dig in. But the issues that doesn't happen all the time is a bit hard to investigate until we actually know what's the reason, because it could be there's some other effect going on from some other ability that's kind of time-wise, and then that could make the MDS deal a lot of damage. Maybe the healers buff something to do more healing on something, and then actually that buff gets transported into the damage of the healing of the beam laser that comes to them. So it's not something like I've seen anyway. I've like my healer is always there, and I have a lot of beam lasers like the MDS actually hitting me. And I have not seen him die yet like that. I'm pretty sure it happens, but I have not seen a report. So please send anything that you you can, and we can dig in further.
To reply to Lasercam, yes. So regarding stripes, yes, this is by design that stripes will not follow the bot is attached to when he's healing. If the bot is doing an ability is going far, this is by design. What you did not expect is that it would run in a different direction, because when that happens, stripes switch to attack mode, and he is some sort of a feline, so he's going to attack like on a close range, so he's going to sometimes go to like a defense that's not exactly close.
Though from a personal experience, there is some improvements I think we can do to stripes. I was actually I'm gonna be news to Fabian because I didn't actually get to tell him about it. There are cases where when if you put it on some bot like that has an alt mode, like Sendius or something that stays in an alt mode, there's stripes should be healing those bots. So like Sendius when it's in their ability mode, the same thing that other healers do. So this is something we should actually have a look. Because yeah, there are the transformation modes where you just have the bots flying around, and we don't want healers to follow that because they can be like they will just fall them to the death. But when the bots are sitting there and firing lasers like Sandyush or something, we definitely should be able to target and keep healing them. So I think there's something we can tweak there.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I mean, people say like like for Prowl, for example, this is a reason. Yeah, you say Prowl, yeah, he should transform. Maybe you should be able to sit around and heal him, but usually those transformations are only 3-4 seconds, and it's actually the same tag we say like this bot is transformed and insert for this bot is actually it's really hard because we have all these characters like some of them transform in the spot and fire, some of them just flying around or runs around or so you don't it's really hard to separate them, so you actually that's why you have a rule say the healers ignore them when you are in this mode because you don't want to keep it chasing them around. But there are the cases where that send use they are staying to the transform mode that are separate and we can easily change it. But for other things like Prowl, if you have Prowl or some other bot that you fires the rocket, then the healers are gonna run away for a bit. So you need to be aware of that. This is gonna happen. So if you're gonna solo with those characters, you need to be aware of that. And the reason for that is we don't want your healers to follow around on the abilities and then they will just go around and die. So this is how it's been designed.
Cool. Should we show the challenge button?
Yeah, let's actually show something because we've done more Q&A and we haven't actually showed the abilities for the new bots. So definitely it's time to show that.
Yeah, so grapple and dotbag, you can see them. You can go to the newsfeed and just try them out. They are based mostly on Grapple's law of being an architect. There was at the beginning, it was building a big building, but which I changed it to a mine. It's a little less ambitious, but it's very efficient. You see that if it loads.
You might what's happened there. Your connection. Ah, there it goes.
Yeah, I have a really bad connection. Well, you should play on a stable connection.
Yeah, this is I guess a problem that the game has. So we need to do something better. It's like if your connection is not quick enough, then it can be really slow. I know a lot of people reporting when they change squads, it takes go through the squads. It's really slow to load, but a lot of them has to do with the connection speed, unfortunately.
So you see the drop that mine that's going to be there. It has a countdown. And while it's active, it's going to attract all the defenses around. So this is quite useful. What's really useful about it and kind of new is that you can drop as many as you want, depending on obviously the amount of ability points you have available. The mine themselves have like 30% of the bot's health, which is reasonable. The bot is a special class, so he has a good amount of health as well. But what he has as well is that the mine, as you upgrade it, has a percentage of absorption. Here you can see it on defense. You can see the bot that are attacking have triggered dirtbag, is done a mine, and they're now all attacking this mine. So that's also quite powerful on defense. But yeah, to go back to what I was saying, the mine, when you upgrade it, also has an absorption of damage. That means that the more you upgrade it, the more it will absorb damage. And it will be more likely that it will go up until to the 10 seconds of attracting defenses. So it's not really. Oh, sorry.
Is the duration of the mine that actually increases by increasing it, right?
Yeah. So if you around like level 1 to 4, it's going to be like you're probably going to find it doesn't resist and doesn't last up until the 10 seconds. But when you pass level 5, 6, the percentage of absorption on the mine is so high that actually the mine will resist and attract the defenses for the full 10 seconds. So yeah, that's pretty. Oh, I don't know what to do. That's pretty powerful. The attraction works quite well. You'll see you can really divert a lot of the damage by posting sometimes 2 mine. If you have like 2 zones in the base you attack where you see there's a lot of defenses, you can drop these 2 mines because the range of the ability is also quite comfortable to do that. It's not like an airstrike range, but it's still like reasonable for this type of ability. Here. And here I would probably place the second one around there. I mean, maybe. So it would avoid, no. So you could avoid also like the missile if you placed it a little bit further. And then after the 10 seconds, it explodes.
It's a good question. Like if we can actually get the same timer on the Chromia's tower.
Yeah, there was that and there was another ability. The playtesters were asking for a timer. I'm afraid we're gonna have timer all over the place if we start putting timer everywhere. But we could potentially.
There are some abilities that there are really like Chromias that it would be nice for you just to know. I mean, for me, my biggest preview is like it's really hard to target it, especially when it's really small and it's right around your bots and you can't actually get to it. But yeah, I mean, I can understand like you don't really want too many timers for everything, but for single target abilities that last a long time, it's maybe something we can actually have a look at it. Because yeah, at least you can see like, oh, 3 more seconds. No.
yeah, could work on that. I mean, the idea is just I don't want timers all over the place. But if we do 1 or 2 bots, I'm happy with it.
Like I think for bots like Chromia, for the ones that spawn an entity, especially that stays there for a while, like Chromia, maybe you can actually get it, but I wouldn't put it for everything for sure because it's taxing to performance actually.
We've had quite a big talk about performance this week. There's some stuff coming that way.
Yeah, I think there's some good changes that's gonna come in a future version where we can, we had a good pass on it and we figure out what's going on with the performance and like no crashes in battles. I think we managed to do a lot of savings on memory and we actually have done a lot of improvements. We're pretty confident like when that was gonna go out in the future, that's gonna make the game like actually perform better, and we can actually put the visual fidelity to be as high with shadows as it used to be before we turn it down for a bit. So there was a good pass there. So hopefully with this version can actually come out soon, people can enjoy and not having any crashes in battles anymore. uh, like replays getting fixed. Yeah. This is, I mean, it's really hard. I was actually having a look because replays are not only used just for replays, they're also used when you resume a battle. So if your battle crashes halfway through, what happens to resume it? We don't save like this is where you start. We pretty much say like this is a replay, just play it all the way to this timestamp and then resume from there. So if the replays go out of sync, then of course when you resume the battle, the bots could be totally different. Uh, the thing is like it's really hard to change the system. We can only try and fix and see what's happening. We want to spend some time digging into it, but it's a weird deterministic system where it's just like when you do an ability, we say like the only thing we target is like you deploy the bots in this position, and then you will use the abilities for this position, and then pretty much the system just replace the code and says like if the bots were there, they will be going for this building, fire this building, you fire the ability, destroy that building, then I'll be able to resume it. But if something goes different, let's say the bot moves because another bot was in the same position, so they bounce away, then that can actually make it go out of sync. So it's a really difficult system. We want to have a look at it in the future because I've just figured out that it's actually tied to the resume of battle, and so we do want to have a look at it. But it is such a complex system, and it's not easy to rip it apart and replace it with something else. I promise that we're gonna have a look at it. I want to have a look at it. Just it's not something easy to do.
Animekick TV is asking if the shield generator can protect the spider mines and the build bots. I want to
What?
say yes.
What?
Can the shield generator protect the spider mines and the build bots? It should.
Yes. If the
Should.
Spider-Man is next to it, it will protect it. Probably the billboards. We have to see like unless there is some kind of unless we have some kind of a targeting that only targets defenses and only applies the effect on defenses, then it could be that, and maybe the spider mines are not counted as defense. But the mines should be definitely be done. I don't know about the billboards, but the mines should be getting pick it up.
Yeah, this is something we'll check for sure and take a decision on. But yeah, the answer would be yes. Can walls get power core? No, I don't think so.
No.
I
Been
don't think
asked
so.
like no, this is gonna be too many. If you think how many walls there are, I mean, one of the things we found in performance like was like the icons with the power cores over each building was actually taking a lot of memory. So we actually managed to downsize it, but like yeah, you don't want everything in the game to have this icon because you won't be able to see anything, and probably the game is gonna run like really slow after a point. So yeah, no. Maybe if you had like one core that affects one walls, but we don't have the tech to do that.
I see you
But
thought about that already.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's an interesting thing to. I mean, it's something I like. I like cores or stuff or something that changes and how the battle evolves. And if different bases have different cores that do have different effects, it can make be that each battle is not the same. MDS is so good because it's like you go to different bases and there are different MDSs, so it's not exactly the same as outpost bots. So if we could have something like that, it will actually add more variety in battles. So definitely would nice to have that, but it's not have the tech, and it's all about the time to like introduce new technologies and stuff like that. And of course, while at the same time you fix bugs or you introduce new features, it's a balance that you have to take.
Cool. Populis is asking about the achievements for the Decepticons level 65. The way they are set, actually, they should trigger independently on the faction. So no matter if Autobot or Decepticon, and we added like more than 50.
I think it's probably means for both functions that you can only have up to 10. There's only 10 levels of that achievement. So I don't think it says Decepticons or Autobots. I think he's probably
Yes.
saying that there's only you can only get that achievement like 10 times for the first 10 bots that you get to level 65. And it is a fair point. Like it should be there for more bots because it is such a big milestone that it does actually deserve to be rewarded.
Yeah, they were added, but I will have a look to see if something is not triggering them. But certainly it was something added into the last achievement push. Yeah, we will have a look.
I've got 3 questions coming from YouTube. Please, can you say what resource we can use to redeem 5-star Omega if we miss the event?
Yeah, we don't know yet. That's the answer to that. Though I don't think it's gonna be Sonic's. And we're leaning more to be 5-star shards. So yeah, if you can start saving your 5-star shards if you don't actually get to participate in event and get it.
Well, it's a 5-star, so it makes sense, and also it's end game content, super powerful, and of course it requires something powerful.
I understand a lot of people want to have that, but at the same time, it's the only and the first and probably the only 5-star combiner we're gonna have in the game. So it's not something we want everyone to own because then, like, if everyone has that as an outpost combiner on defense, of course, it takes a long time to upgrade it up there, but then it will just take forever to kill them. So. Yeah, it should be hard, and it is a 5-star combiner. It should be harder to get than even a 5-star bot because it's not comparable the both of them.
How frequently will you release ability level 11 for the bots? Yeah, we told before we aiming at one batch of 10 every month. We don't fully commit to that because if there's anything big content wise that come in the way, it could take a little bit longer, but that's the aim. That's that. And finally, can we get an extra core slot for the XP cores?
Just an extra core slot so you can put the XP core? No.
Yeah.
XP and Lemon.
I think the way this, I mean, I expanded the system like to introduce the combat bots, but yeah, it can actually get more than that. It's gonna be harder, and it takes a long time to even do that. So no, it's something really hard. And at the moment, I think we're fine to just say you want to get the XP core, you have to sacrifice something. You can't have also like the really good cores that allow a bot to destroy bases and also the XP core. There is gonna be some balance. Let's find if there's any more questions. So let's do some trivia because we are actually now 50 minutes away.
Yes.
Can do some trivia.
Yeah, as usual, thank you, Nathan Webb, for sending them. These are difficult, actually. It's very deep. So the rules, as usual, we make a question. You can write down your answer. Also, we need your player name, HQ11, and alliance name, because if you win, we need to find you and send over some prizes. And the question number 1 goes like this. The next Decepticon to enter the Earth Wars is Dirtbag. He was originally a Generation 2 toy called an Auto Roller, but name the other G2 Auto Roller. So it was not the only Generation 2 Auto Roller Decepticon, but there is another one. And we need the name of this Auto Roller. Not that Dirtbag isn't a beautiful name for a bot, but there is another one. There is kind of a hint. It's also a G.A. Joe name. So, as usual, you know the answer or you are very fast Googling it, please send, just drop a line on the chat and with your player name, HQ level, and alliance name so we can find you and send you some freebies that I will ask this time to be a bit better. Oh, we start seeing some answers. So the question again, it says, the next Decepticon to enter the Earthworks is Dirtbag. He was originally a Generation 2 toy called an Auto Roller. Name the other T2 Auto Roller. So there is another one with the same class of Auto Roller from Generation 2, and we need the name.
Can we show the bots actually, Fabian, on the showroom? Because some
I,
people were asking them.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm working on it now. I realized I didn't have them on this account, so I'm just giving them to me now. And I'll show them in the showroom in a minute. Yeah, working on it.
Cool. Yeah, so I will start checking some of the answers and picking some winners. Here one, and then jumping into YouTube. Let's see. Right answer, right answer, right answer. No, 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 yes. I have 2 winners now and just jumping into Facebook, where we only have 2 answers. What's happening with Facebook today? Okay. Nice. Cool. So we have 3 winners. Let's start with the answer. So the other G2 auto roller is Roadblock. That also is a G.I. Joe name. So yeah, congratulations to the winners. We have Darth Tyler, whose name is Soundwave 2 Alliance Gold Lagoon Resort. Then we have JC Mesero that says Roadblock. Yes, from Thunderbot Arc Event 2. And then James Haynes from Facebook, from his Neo Geo in-game, from Storm Cuters, that also replayed Roadblock.
Let's see what reward you're gonna get. The new or the old ones?
I will ask to send the new ones, but I need to do a new chest, so maybe this time takes a few days. But be patient because it will be worth for it. Or I can directly send you a Sunstreaker with a chest. Cool. That was question 1. Do you want to do question 2?
I can do question 2. In the first episode of the Sunbow cartoon, a crane that looks identical to Grapple comes to the rescue of Hound. The crane is supposed to be Grapple, but for some reason is given a different name. What's the name of Grapple's doppelganger? In the first episode of the Sunbow cartoon, a crane that looks identical to Grapple comes to the rescue of Hound. The crane is supposed to be Grapple, but for some reason is given a different name. So what is this name?
Is that of these things that they say when you watch like top 10 things about Transformers cartoons you didn't know? And yeah, somehow.
I should probably intercede to some argument about endgame. So people saying that, oh, endgame, the game comes to an end. No, that's not what endgame means. Endgame means this is the higher level of competition where the game is currently, and that's for any game that this is the end kind of you are at the max level and you do that, but that doesn't mean that that's the end of the game. There will be other stuff that's gonna come in, and actually that will be the end game, or that will be the end game. There's no actually end of the game. It's the highest level content that the game has. So yeah, no, the game is nowhere near it to end at the moment. There's a lot of cool stuff that's gonna coming this year, so stay tuned for that. I'm already currently working on something that's I think will excite a lot of players, but no hints or spoilers or anything. But it will be really nice.
And yeah,
Too many characters are not yet in the game yet.
yeah, and too
Yeah,
many.
we're not gonna run out of it, so we might get some difficulty finding known Decepticons to pair with the Autobots. And then you don't have as many flyers on the Autobots, so you can't do a lot of the Decepticons, so there's problems there. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of characters to come in and a lot of content to be alright. I think we already plan all the way at the end of the year, and there's still a lot of stuff that we've left for next year. So yeah.
Well, we actually had so many characters that it just like our planning just like went into 2022.
Yeah, because we were like, oh yeah, because we were actually doing them every 5 weeks a character, so it's pretty much like start pushing next year. So yeah,
and too much.
No, there's a lot of ideas for sure, and a lot of content that we're gonna have. So it's gonna be pretty exciting year, and the next year for sure.
And we have many multiverses to explore. So
yeah. And then for how long we're gonna go, it depends on how long I guess players stay interesting and stay with the game. At some point, I guess if a game doesn't have enough of an audience, then I guess you have to start thinking about downsizing. But we're nowhere near there, so yeah. Let's see if there's any last minute questions to do. There's a lot of questions that sometimes like actually point to things we want to do, so I'm not gonna actually like read them or answer to them, because then it's just like, I don't know, maybe that's an interesting idea, but yeah.
Are you telling the viewers that if the question is ignored, probably the thing is going to come?
Maybe. But not all of them, because there's some other questions that like, I don't want to break your heart. A lot of people are reminding us that this is the 50th year anniversary of the game, and when I start asking what's gonna be the reward for that, so I don't know. Yeah, we need to start to have a good thing about that.
Read that. It's a nice number for sure.
5th anniversary, 5
It's a big number. Yeah, makes us feel old, considering like I've been working on it since a year before it actually went live, so it's been 6 years now.
6 years.
God, yeah. As people say, time flies when you have fun.
Time flies where you are you are close to your next 5-star. What else?
In the meantime, you can actually see Dirtbag and Grubble in the showroom for the people that were asking, and it would be nice to actually show them. Actually win them this week.
Doesn't name as the name he has, but he looks quite cool.
I was sniggering when I found him, and I would start like developing him, and actually had to say, this character is coming out.
He's chunky. Are you picking winners, or should I, Fabian?
Oh no, I was not. Sorry.
I will. No problem.
I'm sorry.
we forgot winners.
Okay, let's go.
And he looks quite cool because also like, I don't know, we picked that character because obviously he's a Decepticon, and it's also like a vehicle like Grapple, and it's like he looks like, it's kind of like construction vehicle. But the toy was pretty pretty rudimentary. And we actually, like, our artist did a good job making it look like a Transformers Earth Wars character from that very old toy that was quite basic.
I like there's someone from in a company asked, is that like a runaway Constructicon?
A little bit, yeah. It's a little bit
And
paler though. But yeah.
yeah, I should ask like Puppy Bless, he should know. Like, if he, why is he not a Constructicon? He looks like one.
I like the helmet a lot. It's very, very old school Android.
It's a good thing that the stream finishes because Fabian's like like headphones is gonna run in like 2
Yeah,
minutes.
I'm on 5%, guys.
Okay. So we got the winners. The answer for the question is the Grapple's doppelganger is Howler. And winners are Crusher 737 from Wolfpack Reborn, Stuck in Beta from TF Chaos, and Gregory Stewart, whose name is Double Dealer, HQ17, Skyward Seekers, that says Holler. It's nice. He wrote the things I should read, actually. So you made my life a bit easier. So congratulations to the winners. This time it may take a bit more. It usually takes a few days, but because I agree that we can increase the rewards and make them a bit better, you will be the first one to get the new batch of stream rewards, and that means it may take a few days more. If not, if you don't get them in maybe next week, early mid next week, just send the ticket and we'll take care of that. But anyways, you should get them sooner than that.
Cool. I think we are about to wrap up. So a reminder of what we saw in the stream today. So the new leaderboard event happening this weekend, where you can actually win Dirtbag and Grapple for the first time, and as a test, as Haru probably want to remind us, we're going to be giving the 4-star to the top 10 alliances, not the top 5 alliances, but there are also a lot of cool rewards for everyone that participate. So yeah, take part, and like there's a lot of like so many rewards that you can actually win. So good luck with taking part. So yeah, Grapple and Dirtbag coming in this week in the leaderboard event. We did a lot of Q&A questions. Hopefully, if you have some more we didn't answer, we can do them next week, or maybe we have more organization like we had last one, where we had a lot of like saved from Discord. So yeah. So it's been a good stream. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we're looking forward to see you guys in 2 weeks' time.
2
See you
weeks
in 2 weeks.
time, new Saga, new combat bots. So be there.
Cool. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a good time and stay safe.